What's up? Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a good one. I'm Bandit Barney. Hope you're enjoying this holiday season, spreading some festive cheer and love. If you're a griefer in Red Dead Online, hopefully Santa's giving you coal in your stocking and your Christmas presents got lost in transportation. You earned it with all your bad karma. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna go through some of the comments that you've left on the channel. What we do a lot here is we look at the state of the game, Red Dead Online. Where is it at? How are we in relation to previous Rockstar endeavors? How are things going? And I ask you guys to leave me feedback along the way. So we're gonna grab some of that and, you know, kind of start this dialogue of what is gonna happen in Red Dead Online, as well as I just want to kind of gauge and let you guys know what we're seeing on the channel here. It's been blowing up. You guys have given us the best Christmas present of all, which is a channel that's starting to really grow. We appreciate it so much. So today is taking some of your comments and we're going to talk about them, and let's dive in. From the first one we have from Trent Lange. I don't want to jump to conclusions yet. RDR2 Online has only been out for a month or so, but I expect for Rockstar to add a bunch more stuff in the coming months and not use the beta as an excuse. I agree completely. I think actually that Rockstar keeping Red Dead Online in beta is going to be to their benefit. And I don't think, like in the past, there's been this idea behind betas that they're not complete and they're not ready for everyone to start playing, right? And they're just getting tested by a few players. But I think this is going to change. I think going into the future, beta is going to be something that more AAA developers use to get patches out and feedback from the player base and updates out quicker. I think jumping to conclusions with Red Dead Online is never going to become the game that GTA Online was, or even close to it. I don't think that's reasonable at all. Right now we're in the stages where Rockstar is building a foundation. They're trying to get bug fixes done. It does feel like a traditional beta where, you know, there's still some issues. We're having disconnects occasionally. It does still feel like that, and Rockstar's just trying to get their footing, and then we're going to start seeing things pick up in 2019. You got to understand, right now at this time of year is a really hard time to be effective as a company. You're thinking about it. You have employees. It's the holiday season. People are going back to see their family. They're spending time away from work more often than the rest of the year. It's a hard time to be super responsive as a company to any customer base, let alone a company that's developing games and needs to do all this code work for player feedback. So don't be too harsh on them in the last month. We're looking at in early 2019, they're going to jump on the horse, on the wagon, and really start getting things flowing. Trent, thank you for your comment, man. Appreciate you. This one is from Robert Hitt. My big issue is your camp serves zero purpose. I'd like to see like a siphon system where maybe you get oil/money, but while active you can be attacked, etc., making being at your camp and defending it important. Now this is a good note, because basically the camps are useless. Really, there's really no point to them at all. The only times I've ever felt the need to go to my camp or be at my camp was to change my wardrobe. And once I do that, that's something I'm not going to do that often. I get my 3 sets that I like switching between, and I'll stick with that. I mean, I will change it occasionally, but that's like maybe a week to week thing. And other than changing your wardrobe, why would you be at your camp? There's really no point to it. Something that I'd like to maybe see here is, yeah, utilize the more camp. Like Robert's saying, let's get Crips the ability to sell our butcher pelts, or at least transport them to a butcher. That way we can set up camp in Amberino and we can go to the butcher there. You know, we can go to our camp and utilize it. Right now, camps are basically just a pointless thing that are difficult to get to. Your camp's moving around. It's almost never easily accessible. If you load into a lobby and your camp's nearby, you're like, okay, what's going on? Something weird's here. It doesn't happen normally. Camps they're always like so far away, and you don't get a good option to spawn it near you. You can spawn it in a region, but you're still traveling quite a bit to get there. I'd like to see camps maybe get the addition of having Crips the ability to sell your pelts and your things. That way it kind of minimizes the number of griefers that you're having to deal with. Sometimes poaching butchers is a big thing in certain lobbies. That would help with that. I also like Robert's idea of adding an activity around your camp where other players could come by and try and raid you only if you're pursuing that activity, like drilling for oil or something like that. This comment was particularly interesting because oil could be a huge addition, a huge thing to the game. You could add oil as in like oil heists, robberies. That's a very interesting thing that I didn't see a lot of and didn't think of, honestly, but it's a huge part of the era, and it'd be interesting to see it incorporated, whether it be in camps or in the oil fields. It'd be interesting to see it incorporated. Thank you, Robert, for your comment. All right, this one from Stacey Burke. They need to add poker and things where there is risk versus reward and you can lose your in-game money gambling. Poker in-game would be a blast. I'd love to be able to put money down and play poker against other players. It would be so much fun. But this will never be in Red Dead Online. It just never will be. And the reason for it being is because as soon as you add in a system where players can essentially trade with other players' money, you create a way around the microtransaction store. And one, I think it's illegal. Two, it would hurt my Rockstar's bottom line. The thing is, even though you're not trading money with other players, like if I was to go play poker, I wouldn't ever go spend money, real cash, real dollars on Red Dead Online cash. But players will do that, and they'll just go into poker games and forfeit bets after betting a ton of money. That way they can trade with other players, and it creates an ecosystem where you can illegally purchase Red Dead Online cash. Unfortunately, it will never be in the game. It's interesting, and it was fun in the story mode. It's fun. I think playing poker is fun, but it's just anytime you add it into a game like this, it will create an alleyway for players to disrespect the microtransactions. And honestly, it's sketchy. You create a lot of problems when you get third-party sites that sell in-game currency. You just get a lot of problems. People's accounts get stolen. It's a huge issue for game developers, and that's why poker will never be in Red Dead Online, even though it's in the story mode and it feels like it's such the right place to bring it in. It will never be there, unfortunately. Stacey, thanks for your comment. This comment from Athena Sherwood. Stop complaining about griefers. The game is literally meant to kill other players if you wanted to. Like, I level up a lot killing players every day. It's our grind and leveling since content is low. I hope you get nothing for Christmas. You are the worst type of griefer. You're killing other players for experience? Shame on you! It's not an effective way of gaining experience at all. I don't even know you, but I can tell right now I dislike you. I don't even know you. And that's wrong of me to say I dislike you, but I do. I dislike you. You're grinding experience by killing and griefing other players. Shame on you. Shame on you. Even players who do grief occasionally would agree with me. Shame on you. You're a troll. You must be a troll. You have to be a troll because this is like the worst thing that you could do. Let's move on. I can't believe it. I hope you get nothing for Christmas. I hope you know what? Scratch that. I hope you get socks and underwear. And miraculously, somehow, every single piece of clothing you get has a hole in it. And it's uncomfortable to wear. That's what I hope for you. Just a dirtbag. What can you do? People are saying things like this. What can you do? Shame! Your whole family lineage, shame to you. Don't ever create the baby. Because we don't need more of this evil karma in the world. All right, moving on. This one from JC Reynolds. RDR2 beta is missing things. Absolutely. Bank heists, can't build up with contributing posse members journal would be great additions. I've had my posse split during team modes, which doesn't make sense. You're 100% correct about the solo running. I have noticed that also gang hideouts as a posse. We have cleared 14. My teammate got a map, but I couldn't share with the posse. So there's a few things here, and I want to dive in with having your posse split when you play game modes. Doesn't make sense. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't create a posse and then go into a game mode and have your posse split. Now, I don't play with a posse often. I'm generally getting different gameplay, testing things out that are solo, so I didn't notice this, but it's a good point that if we're gonna do matchmaking as a posse, as a team, we shouldn't have games where we're not as a team and not together. That just doesn't make sense. And I think that's something that we can see Rockstar come in the near future and fix. The comment here about solo running was in the video I made a statement that everything XP and money wise is done more efficiently solo. Money grinding comes in the form of fishing. There was the carcass method, and XP grinding is done better solo. These two big portions of the game, unlocking new items by leveling up and earning money to buy those new items, they're done better by yourself, not with other people. And then it comes down to the next big example is that as a posse, if you clear gang hideouts, only one person is getting the rewards of that. It's not shared among the posse, which really doesn't promote group play. A lot of the things right now geared in the game are geared towards solo play, which is an issue. I think that Rockstar will add activities to change that. As soon as heists come in, they're probably going to be the best way to earn money. They're going to be done with posses. So that's something that'll come and fix that soon. But I would like to see, if you're with a posse and you hit a gang hideout, when one person gets a treasure map, that treasure map information should be shared with everyone. There's no reason for a posse to not get the benefits of hunting gang hideouts. Gang hideouts are already a terrible way of farming. They need to be changed some way. We did a video, we'll link in the description, where we just dissected this method. We went to 100 different gang encounters, and go check the video out. But they're terrible. They're terrible. They don't work well. And at the very least, the treasure maps that you occasionally find should be shared among your teammates. Reynolds, thank you for the comment. This one from Longbow. Public in-game hangings for griefers. Athena, watch out. Longbow wants public hangings for you. I don't know about this. This is going a little far. The wanted system needs bounties. The honor level needs to be made visual to other players, like GTA, when you know a griefer because his on-map reticle was red, or his on-map indicator was red. Public in-game hangings for griefers. This idea does sound fun, and there are times when I'm getting griefed by a squad where I just wish, you know what? I wish for 2 minutes that all these guys could do was sit at the noose and I got to watch them go, because they are so frustrating and annoying. You go into a town, guys on hot mics just talking mad smack, and all they're doing is griefing everyone that's trying to use the town. So annoying. Even worse is the guys that camp fast travel stations and just prevent you from leaving that area. And I would like public in-game hangings, but it's just not realistic, man. It's just not realistic. Rockstar's not going to add a thing that forces players into a scenario where they can't play the game the way they want to. They do need to do something about griefing, but I don't know if public in-game hangings is the way to go. I do like the idea of bringing that GTA style of, if a player's icon on your minimap is red, you know that player has been griefing, so you can avoid them or shoot them as soon as they come across you. It's an issue for people who don't grief, that when they come across someone, you're so nervous, you have your gun drawn, just ready, because they might be ready to fight you. And if you're not ready, you're going to be getting killed. So especially if you're hunting, it's so hard to tell if this person is going to come grief you or not. We need just an indication. Let us know, all right, am I coming across a griefer or am I coming across a friendly player? Because players, it's like 50-50, maybe even more towards the friendly side now. But when you get griefed, it just feels so much worse, and it outweighs the times that it worked out well. When you pass a player on the map, you don't know. You just don't know how things are going to end. They could shoot and kill you. It doesn't matter as much when you have nothing on your horse and you haven't been participating in a task. But when you're hunting and you have these pelts, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I would love to see this icon red on the map for griefers. It would be a good addition without making a massive change to that griefing system. I still think we need like a bounty system or something like that. Having the icon red would be a great fix. I think Rockstar should implement that as soon as possible. Longbow, thank you for your comment. Guys, thank you so much for all the feedback and comments you've been giving us on the channel. Red Dead Online is going to be a great game. There's no doubt about it. We do like to start this dialogue of how things are at current state, where we think they're going to go. It's fun when we know that Rockstar is creating this beast that's going to last for years. And it's cool to speculate and wonder where we can go, as well as sometimes those ideas that we think of as players are things that they'll take and put in the game. So I love having these conversations with y'all. Leave more comments down below if anything new has come to light. We're currently filming this a couple days before Christmas because we're going to be at home with the family during Christmas. I don't suspect any updates will come out in the time that I'm gone because, like we talked about, it's just people are gone on Christmas. Not a lot of work is getting done at any company, let alone a developer. The support you guys have showed us, it's so awesome to see this channel growing. We really, really appreciate it. Like I said, this Christmas, the best present I'm getting is the support from you guys and seeing something take off that me and my brother have been working on for so long. Appreciate y'all to no end. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good holiday season. I hope things are going well for you and that you can find a little bit of happiness and joy during this time of year. Hope to see you in a future video, and take care.